Greetings, I'm V. 10 small things that will improve Pso2 Ngs. Number 1. Party Beacons. Party Beacons would help improve Pso2 Ngs by allowing people to group up quicker. There is a party bonus in the game, and Party Beacons will help. 2. A permanent vendor with farmable currency, similar to photon drops from Advanced Quest in base game. A farmable vendor will help ensure that people at endgame have something to work towards or work for. 3. Who the hell is Ina? Npc Partners will allow us to spend more time with the characters that Sega wants us to form connections with. Currently, who the hell cares about the cast other than yourself? We have not spent enough time with these characters, and Npc Partners will help us be more relatable with them, because we can't see most of them normally. 4. More detailed stat descriptions. I'm sure you've noticed by now, but our stat system in NGS is kinda lackluster. We have no information about our stats, basically at all. So, more information on stats would be appreciated, and a detailed description of exactly what stats do would definitely be appreciated for a lot of people. Even a display of the crit rate would be appreciated. 5. Allow loot drops from Traina. This one is with the goal of making Traina repeatable. Traina are kind of a one-off content loop. So, if the content was more repeatable, then people would be able to enjoy the content for longer, and that is healthier for the game in its current state. We need more content that lasts longer than one attempt. 6. Another note on Traina, Rank 2. A harder version of Traina to push our limits, even if that just means leveling enemies up inside the Traina. Would also just add more enemies to the spawn location as well. Don't worry about balance here, just give players something to really challenge them by flooding them with enemies. 7. More than one boss enemy at once, and adds during bigger boss fights. So, I'm sure you've noticed that when we're fighting Redisfera, Datosword, Petisfera, or even Nexalio, nothing other than the boss attacking happens during the boss fight. So, why not just add ads to the fight, add more mobs? Or, for example, when we're fighting a mob in the wild, why not just spawn more than one? It makes these creatures feel more intelligent because they're in groups, and on top of that, it just makes them way more threatening because there's more to pay attention to. It also makes group play more integral, and reinforces the actual teamwork part of the game, because currently players can go anywhere and solo everything. That will still be the case if there's more enemies, but it will be more difficult and more challenging, which is the goal of soloing in the first place. 8. Rank 2 to 3 gathering zones, even if loot drops are the same. Now, this is just to make the grind in these gathering zones feel less monotonous, because grinding Ale Dominar and Elio is basically the most boring thing in the world. Wandering around the zone, one-shotting everything, and hoping that a fragment of Ale Dominar drops. That is not ideal at all. Something needs to be done about that, and I think leveling enemies up, even if that means increasing drop rate slightly of the loot drops in that table, to at least just get them up to speed with the combat zones. I feel like that is a good move, and it would make people want to actually grind out those zones. Hell, even add PSE burst to the zones. Don't make the distinction. Make the distinction via loot, but not via if PSE burst can spawn there or not. I think that getting a PSE burst where teams can spawn in the PSE burst is actually a very positive thing, because it allows for PSE bursts to be more useful than just drops, and you can get meat and other resources. Maybe you can even tie other resource drops to that, like auras and etc. as a rare drop. These things just give you more reason to play the game, and would be very easy to set up. 9. Mission type recycling from base game. So recycling advanced quests from base game by using the Traina rooms would be a good move, I think. Simply have 3 colors of Traina, maybe blue, yellow, and red, or purple, then cut rooms out of the current Traina rooms, because they are highly modular and are seemingly designed for this in the first place. Copy and paste the code for advanced quest and just throw it into NGS, and maybe include photon drops in that. I don't know. Rename it a bit. Even if the whole system is just copied and pasted into NGS, advanced quests are a beloved piece of content, and I think that having advanced quests in NGS is an easy and very simple thing to do, and would be a very strong change for the game. But there is more missions you could recycle from base game as well, which is why the number 9 is mission recycling. 10. Less Manon and the innocent bystander, more Guardian. I'm sure you've noticed that you feel like an innocent bystander in the story currently. You do not feel like the main character. It feels like the main character is Manon, and Manon isn't a good main character. Don't get me wrong, I love Manon's character. The problem with her is her character doesn't make for a good or engaging main character. So, it is very important that our character becomes the main character again, as the Silent Probe tag does better than the type of character that Manon is. This has been my 10 small things that will improve PSO2 NGS video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my 10 list, maybe watch this video. Otherwise, ciao.